Let's say you have an eighth, a quarter, half an acre of land or more, and you are committed to growing some of your own food. That is wonderful news. Now the question is, where do you start? Hey everyone, welcome to the Burnt Brass Homestead channel. In this video, I list some things to consider for beginner gardeners. 1. Water. It's obvious you need water to have a successful garden. However, not everyone will start a garden in their own backyards. Maybe you want to start a community garden in a vacant lot where a house once stood. It's vital that you secure a water source beforehand, since plumbing may no longer be available at that location. Do not assume you can just use the water hose of the adjoining house, because they have to pay for that usage. So make sure water is readily available. 2. Soil. Just because the grass looks good doesn't mean the soil is full of nutrients. While some vegetables can grow in just about any type of soil, others require somewhat decent soil to yield a good harvest. 3. Sun. Vegetables such as leafy greens do not require as many hours of sunlight or direct sunlight as other vegetables. Tomatoes, however, require about 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight to flourish. So make sure your vegetables are getting the sun it needs. On the other hand, some vegetables do better in the shade, so make sure you can also accommodate those varieties. 4. Location. This sort of goes hand in hand with 3, which is sun. When deciding where to carve out your growing area or raised beds, consider the southmost facing part of the yard that gets the most amount of sun. Ensure large trees, buildings, and other things are not blocking the vegetables from the sun. With location, you also want to make sure the area you choose have good drainage. If parts of your yard is known to flood, that may not be a good place for your vegetables. However, if this is your only option, then you will likely need to use raised beds to raise the vegetables off the ground. Now, these first 4 are crucial things to consider when starting a garden. The next 4 are also important. 5. Pests. You are going to have to deal with pests sooner or later. That includes 4-legged animals as well as insects. We have an organic garden, so we do not spray any chemicals, and it could be a bit trickier when dealing with insects. In regards to your tiny 4-legged creatures, you can install hardware cloth under your raised bed to keep them from burrowing in. 4-legged creatures such as rabbits, you will need to place fencing that is about 2 feet high to keep them out. For deer, you may need to place fencing that's 6 to 8 feet high. We have a 4-foot fence around our garden to the left of the greenhouse, and we have yet to experience any deer in that area. And we do have deer that cross our backyard to get to the woods. 6. Maintenance. Choose the size of your garden wisely. Start small, then grow, because the larger your garden, the more time you will need to maintain it. But this does not have to be a daunting task. Once you get a routine down packed, it becomes a breeze. My routine was walking around the garden just about every morning. It was a peaceful and relaxing time for me that I really enjoyed. If I happen to come across weeds, I will pull them. In the end, spending 15 minutes 4 to 6 days a week walking the garden saved me many hours of weeding. 7. Eat. Grow what you eat what you grow. Start out planting vegetables that are easy to grow and that you enjoy eating. Tomatoes, string beans, leafy greens are all easy things to grow, both in small and large areas. 8. Failure. There are going to be times when your crops fail. Know that this happens to everyone, including the most experienced growers in the world. It just happens sometimes, and it may have nothing to do with anything you've done wrong. Although, it may absolutely have something to do with many things you've done wrong. It's okay. See if you can figure out what went wrong, smile, and try again. That should be enough to get you started. Remember, the first 4 are the most important things to consider when starting a garden, but the last 4 are also important for the longevity of your garden. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that it proved to be useful. If so, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel to help it to grow.